We all know that when we're in a professional setting that we need to be on our best behavior. We understand that we need to think before we speak. We have things that we know that we need to stay away from talking about. Things like religion, policy, politics, and dare I even say sports. We make sure that we keep it strictly professional and that we refrain from using offensive language or saying things that may make somebody feel uncomfortable. When I'm at home with friends or family, this can be a whole different story. And I can honestly say that I'm guilty of not paying attention to the things that I say or even how I say them. I know you may think these are our family and our friends, we care so much about them, and we should want to protect their feelings more than that of a colleague or one of our peers. But oftentimes we're more reckless. We're in our comfort zone, so we don't think about what we're saying or how we're saying it. If you're like me, you know you have things that you need to work on when dealing with your interpersonal relationships, and I have a few strategies that may help you with just that. First, I will start by explaining how you can increase your emotional intelligence. Then I will talk about ways of dealing with your emotions and jealousy, and I'll even talk about the importance of dealing with emotional support. I bet at this point you're wondering, what is emotional intelligence anyways? Well, emotional intelligence is the ability to understand your emotions and what they're trying to say to you. Realizing that your emotions not only affect you, but they affect the people around you as well. According to an online article in Mind Tools called Emotional Intelligence, Developing Strong People Skills, there are several ways to be able to increase and improve your emotional intelligence, some of which include observation, examination and evaluation, and accountability. Now, when it comes to observation, you need to first observe yourself. This is most important. Next, you need to look at the way that you react to situations and how you're perceiving information. If you're keeping an open mind about things, and you need to look at the way that you deal with others, and you need to try to be as open-minded as possible. Evaluate and examining yourself. You need to be able to do this by understanding that you're not perfect, and that's okay, nobody is. So with that being said, there's going to be things that you need to work on. And the more honest that you are about what you need to work on, the more successful you are, and the more you're going to be able to change your life. Next, you need to hold yourself accountable. When you find yourself in situations where you mess up or you don't think about other people's feelings, commit to making a change and try to prevent it from happening again. If you offend anybody or you make them upset, or even if you lose your cool, make sure you apologize right away. It's an easy thing to do, and it can go a long way. These small tips will ensure that you're more aware of your feelings and the feelings of others around you. Now that I have discussed some ways to be more aware of your emotions and your emotional intelligence, let's talk about some situations where this may come in handy. Our textbook, Think, by Ellenberg and Wynn, states there are two distinct ways of dealing with jealousy. There's people who experience reactive jealousy and people who experience suspicious jealousy. Excuse me. Reactive jealousy is when there's a reason to be jealous, like finding out that a spouse or a partner has been unfaithful. Suspicious jealousy, however, is just as it sounds. It's when someone is jealous and there's no evidence or any reason to be jealous. For example, if you're at a restaurant with your partner and the waiter's simply being friendly and tells you and your partner to have a good night, and your partner smiles and says, "You too," someone who is experiencing suspicious jealousy may take this as, "Well, I feel like you're flirting," and they may get upset. The book lists ways of dealing with jealousy. Some of these tools are to stay calm, diffuse your jealous feelings and make them understand their feelings are valid. You need to also show why you're hurt and be honest about this. Listen to your partner fully and empathetically and try to build up your partner's self-confidence. When dealing with interpersonal relationships, it's all about how you deal with your jealousy and how you maintain your composure. It makes all the world of difference. Now remember, how you feel, but at the same time make sure that you think about the situation in depth and the way that your partner is feeling as well. You may have every right to be jealous or you may be overreacting, but it's all about how you handle it. Now that you have a better understanding of emotional intelligence and when it can be useful, now let's think about how to deal with emotional support. Anytime we're in a relationship with people, there's going to be times when they need your support. This could be for something as minor as them being stuck in traffic and being late to an appointment, or it could be something major like dealing with the loss of a loved one. In any event, you need to be sure that you have the tools available to you to support your loved ones appropriately in any given situation. There are many ways that you can help with emotional support, and the book Think states that these ways are through clearly communicating what your intentions are, protecting the person's self-esteem by ensuring that you're not making them feel incompetent, but you're simply being an added support system for them. Another way is by offering what the book calls a person-centered message. Instead of trying to make them feel better or trying to help them understand what they're going through, just give them support to think deeper into understanding what their issue really is, and they can come up with a solution on their own. Now that you're equipped in dealing with interpersonal relationships, you can go in with a clear and level-headed mind. This will allow you to build deeper and more meaningful relationships with people. Think about the tools you've learned through this speech, and always remember to think about yourself and the other people's feelings as well that you're around. I hope that you have learned something and you're able to take something away from this tonight, and I want to thank you guys for coming to this speech and listening to my advice. Thank you and have a good night.